Welcome back to episode 6 of The Hive. I'm Brooklyn Elliott.
And I'm Cassidy.
And today on The Hive, first we'll be talking about Eternal Pastimes, which was started by Mr. Dudley, where people donate new toys, used toys, all types of toys for children who don't have any. So here's a clip.
Eternal Pastime.
How we decided to start Eternal Pastime. Several years ago, I was helping the head baseball coach clean out the baseball equipment room, and we had a pile of equipment we were going to just throw in the dumpster that was still serviceable. And I knew there were missionaries in other countries that use sports to build relationships with people they were working with. And so I asked him if I could have it and put word out that I had equipment to give. And by the end of the week, I had more requests than I had equipment. So I began collecting from other coaches. The trip this summer will be my 6th trip. I've made 3 trips to Venezuela, and this will be my 3rd trip to Cuba. Most of the equipment is stored here in Lebanon, and then for shipping purposes, we ship out of Texas when we go to Cuba. The people that I work with in Cuba actually run the ministry in Cuba. Well, we're putting together a team just of guys from the area, one from Texas, and there's a couple other guys from Texas that are going that I'm not affiliated with. But just players that are 18 years old, a lot of FCA related, Fellowship of Christian Athletes guys, and 4 from Lebanon. The 4 students that are going with me from Lebanon are Luke Winfrey, Corey Dudley, Adrian Palmer, and Kenyon Breedlove.
Do you have anything to say to the LHS Stuco for donating the shirts?
Well, we appreciate it, and that's how we get most of our stuff is donations. And there will be kids in Cuba running around rocking LHS T-shirts, and they'll love them. So thank you very much.
Hey, Brooklyn, have you heard of Tough Talks?
I have. I just missed the meeting, though.
Oh, well, here's a highlight of everything that happened.
Did we do it?
Lyle Foster is a sociology teacher, and he's also been the person leading the Tough Talks on the campus of Missouri State University.
So the way we do Tough Talks at Missouri State, we have different conversation threads, and talks are offered at different times. So this Tough Talk may be on this particular topic, and so we've got several topics that are going on simultaneously, and you choose to go to the talk that you're interested in. So we're starting on February. I think you're probably aware. We look at February as being Black History Month, and lately it's being called African American Heritage Month. And so the idea is students are telling different stories about being diverse and whatever that diversity is, because we all come from some type of background and things that are unique about all of us.
Why do we need Tough Talks? Because these are issues that affect any community, and they affect our community, and it's, you hear it in passing conversation, students talking about race or gender issues, or it's important that we hear each other's stories, and so this is an opportunity to share our personal stories. It helps us to understand why people are the way they are, or what background that they're coming from. It's the opportunity for people to, form friendships, and anybody that's interested. It doesn't have to be somebody that's just in international club or art club. It's anybody that has an interest in the discussion, or simply somebody that wants to sit and listen and kind of see what this is all about. Right now we don't have a Tough Talk planned, but that may change. We may have one more before school is out. We like the library. It's a really nice setting for that, and usually it's in the Curry Hive, the center part of the library.
Oh my goodness.
Stop it. Stop being hateful. People are different. You just got to talk to them, okay? It'll be all right. Just stop your racism, stop your xenophobia. You see someone you think they're kind of weird, go up and say hi, have lunch with them, okay? That's how you fix it.
And then you're me and you eat lunch in the morning.
Okay, how's that? Interview's over.
Exactly.
Did it. Peace out.
Have you met our new therapy dog, Barbie?
I have.
She's the sweetest thing, and I got the pleasure to like hang out with her, take some pictures, and you know what? I made a video, so check it out.
So Barbie is our new school professional therapy dog. I got her after a 2-year wait. I had to apply to get her from the CARES Inc. organization, which is a not-for-profit. That's all they do is breed and raise and train therapy dogs or service dogs. I had to go to Kansas to get her, and then I went through a week-long training session to learn to be her certified handler. We've had to pass a public access test so she could be in public places as a service dog. So at 6 weeks old, she was put on a lead, which is kind of like a leash, where she just walked around with that on her. And then she was also following her mom around to like go outside to the bathroom and different things, and was learning from her mom how to do some basic trained dog type things. And then after that, she lived in 2 federal penitentiaries, Hutchinson Women's Facility and Florence, Colorado Men's Facility. So federal prisons where there were prisoners there that worked with her and trained her basic commands, just to teach her how to be around people and in a population, in a cafeteria, those types of places. She also had temperament tests starting at 6 weeks all the way through to make sure she wasn't aggressive or too hyper to be around other people, that sort of thing. And then her last training was in what they called a social home or foster home, which that was just after they left the prison system, they went to just somebody's house that does that, and then that person would take her out into public places like restaurants and Walmart, just different places like that, so she could get used to being in those environments as well. And then she also, when she was in the social home, went into schools and practiced being in schools. When I have had already this is her first week working, when I've had a couple students in here upset, she immediately got up, went over to them, kind of nudged them. They would pet her. It's just kind of a soothing thing. Sometimes, I've had a couple students want to come in and just sit and be with her already and not even talk to me as the counselor. They just want to sit and be with Barbie. I can also see her, like, if you have test anxiety or are stressed out or just are having even a panic attack, she would be very soothing to just sit and pet, and that way you don't have to talk. You're just calming yourself by being with the dog. So.
Is bass fishing a sport?
I don't know.
All right, well, here's somebody who's going to talk to us about it.
When it comes to our sports in our state, they're governed by MSHA, the Missouri State High School Activities Association, and right now bass fishing is considered an emerging activity, which means there are schools, people interested in it, but it doesn't have quite enough interest yet for MSHA to consider it a sport. They have to have at least 50 schools participate in it for 2 consecutive years. And right now that looks like it's very likely going to happen. And so down the road I can definitely see MSHA potentially considering it a sport. We have 12 members this year, which gives us basically for tournaments, they have to fish in teams of 2. So with our 12 members, we should end up with 6 boats a tournament. Well, the last bass tournament was held at PB2, which is a marina at the Lake of the Ozarks. It was on a Sunday. It was not a great day for fishing. It was very cold, windy. There were 153 total boats that went in the tournament from different schools across the state, and there were 89 boats that did not even turn in any fish. So it was kind of a cruddy day fishing-wise. We had one boat that finished in the top 20, Taylor Morris and Connor Mobley. They fished together and they finished 16th out of 153 boats, which is pretty good. They turned in 4 fish. You can turn in a maximum of 5 fish. They turned in 4, which weighed a little over 11 pounds total, which was a pretty good day for the conditions. The bass fishing team is underneath Teen Anglers. They're based out of Springfield. They're a really good organization that started last year. They were under an umbrella of another bigger organization, but they broke off of them and kind of came their own thing this year. And they are really good. They supply a lot of stuff for the kids, a ton of scholarship money for the bass programs and stuff. So they do a really good job, and they're backed up by some good sponsors like Lou's and Bass Pro Shops, Lucas Oil. So a lot of good sponsors, really good organization.
Next on the Hive, a bunch of students went to Wilson's Creek. They got to see people shoot guns and a bunch of other things, and you know, it was really fun. So here's a video of the highlights of that. Nailed it. Moving on.
I wish I was in the land of cotton. Old times there are not forgotten. Look away, look away, look away, Dixieland.
Established in 1950, the Wilson's Creek National Battlefield Foundation is one of the oldest private sector support groups in the National Park Service. It is a non-profit corporation. Foundation membership is open to both individuals and corporations. Members support the efforts of the National Park Service at Wilson's Creek National Battlefield with their yearly memberships, additional donations to the foundation, and volunteer activities. The goal of the foundation is to enhance awareness and appreciation of this national treasure, a haven for historians and those who enjoy being outdoors.
All alone one frosty morn, look away, look away, look away, Dixieland. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah.
Wilson's Creek National Battlefield Foundation strives to bring history to life, protect hallowed ground, and preserve America's heritage for generations to come.
Air! Fire!
Put it back where you found it. Bound to die, but all my trials, Lord, will soon be over. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Glory.
Cassidy, are you an auto tech?
Absolutely not.
Neither am I, but here's a bunch of people who are in auto tech who are actually going to go into the field or vice versa or whatever they're going to do. So check that out.
My name is Kyler Armstrong, and I think this class is beneficial to you so that you know to work on your vehicles when you grow up. That's it.
Chris Rushing. I'm in Auto Tech 2. We do all kinds of sort of things on cars, brakes, services. We do motor swaps and transmission repair, things like that. It benefits me because I want to own my own light duty diesel shop, and it's kind of getting me into the start of it.
My name is Trent Martin. I'm taking Auto Tech 2 because it's beneficial to learning more about cars. We do brakes, services on oil, motor swaps, and we do transmission repair. I like taking this class because it helps you learn more about cars and you get to have a lot of fun.
My name is Dylan Crocker, and I work on brakes, engines, and transmissions in Auto Tech, and I love it.
My name's Joe. I'm from Auto Tech 2 program, and then our class is doing like basic training for the automotive trade. It's the open gate for this program, and then what we do is we do basic training and then basic maintenance, and then in this program, in your last year of this trade, you will earn, if you pass the test, the ASE, you will get a student ASE patch, and then the certificate is the light maintenance. And what the job is, you do the first stage of the lubricant, which is oil change, check out your fluid, including engine oil, transmission fluid, and the coolant. And we check those and we replace them, and brake fluid too. And the next thing we do is tires, brakes, sometimes we take engine off, and transmission, and transfer case, depends what we need to do. Most we do is ball joint and tires and brakes and normal oil changes. In the summertime we wash cars, and sometimes Mr. Moore will do the party for us, which is pretty cool. And I love Auto Tech too.
All right, next on Hive, we'll be talking about FFA Week, which happened in late February. If you didn't know, they were dressing like farmers. They even went to Sky Zone. So here's a video highlighting all of that.
Six lanes, tail lights, red ants marching into the night. They disappear to the left and right again. Another supper from a sack, a 99-cent heart attack. I got a pounding head and an aching back, and the camel's buried in a big straw stack. I'm gonna live where the green grass grows, watch my corn pop up in rows. Every night be tucked in close to you. Raise our kids where the good Lord's blessed, point our rocking chairs towards the west, and plant our dreams where the peaceful river flows, where the green grass grows. I'm from a map dot, a stop sign on a black top. I caught the first bus I could hop from there. But all of this glitter is getting dark. There's concrete growing in the city park. I don't know who my neighbors are, and there's bars on the corners and bars on my heart. But I'm gonna live where the green grass grows, watch my corn
Miss Juby's daughter, Emily, was the first woman to pass the combat job training test for the Marines, and I interviewed her, and here it is.
She wanted to give herself a better life, give herself money for her education after she gets done. And she also wanted to be one of the biggest and the baddest, and that's the Marine Corps, according to her. She left for boot camp on July 6th. So I think we're at 9 months now. As part of her training for her MOS, which is the Military Occupation Specialist, it's the job they're training for. She is a combat job, which is field artillery. And in October, the Marine Corps enacted new physical standards that all combat jobs have to pass in order to get that job. And so she was the first female to pass that physical standards test for field artillery. Oh, she was really excited. Yeah, she was very nervous about it. The physical standards involved lifting a lot of weight, putting things, a very heavy mortar shell over your head so you could put it into the gun, basically. It was a 70-pound mortar shell that she had to lift over her head to put in the gun. So she was really nervous about it, and she worried about it a lot. And so she was really excited when she was able to pass that, and she worked really hard out. She was going to the gym, working with her fellow Marines to just be able to pass that test and get the strength that she needed to do that. Male Marines that she was training with, they definitely did. She was one of only 6 females out of 300 Marines, and so there's definitely that male camaraderie is a little different, but they were very supportive of her trying to reach that goal.
Our students took a trip to Italy recently, and here's a couple pictures and some interviews with them.
Yeah, that's the only thing like how does it
Nailed it.
My favorite part on the Italy trip was getting the tour the island of Capri. It was a beautiful island right off the Bay of the Sorrento, and I got to see a lot of beautiful sights of the Mediterranean, and it's just a very nice little quaint town, and I just really enjoyed it.
My favorite part of the Rome trip was getting to see Pompeii, the town that was covered by the ash from Mount Vesuvius.
My favorite part was getting to spend the whole trip with my friends and going to the island of Capri. That was really fun, and it was so pretty.
There was a lot of good places to eat there. One of my favorite things to eat was gelato. There's gelato everywhere in Italy.
I would have to say my favorite part of the Italy trip would be happening to see the Sistine Chapel in person. It was so beautiful and something I'll never forget.
The whole week was a great week, great experience. I got to learn a lot about the Roman culture and history, which really ties into the Latin class, which I'm involved in right now. And it just gives you a look on stuff that we're studying in class.
It was a lot of fun. There's just so many cool places that we've always heard about and that we've always been told about, and just to see them with a lot of other people that I enjoy hanging out with, it was just so much fun.
It's unforgettable and a trip of a lifetime, and I'm really glad I took the advantage of the opportunity.
You a nerd?
Yeah!
Oh my god, I'm a nerd or a geek, whatever you want to call it. So we have this Megacon coming up in Lebanon, and we interviewed William Peden, and it's going to be awesome. And here's a video that's going to tell you all about that. So here you go.
My name is William Peden, P-E-D-E-N. I am the promoter and organizer for the first annual Lebanon Megacon. We've actually started this probably around June, July. We started the back work. In September, we started our Facebook, started getting some things out that direction. And then in October, so we've had to find replacements. So it's constantly working with them. I'm sitting there constantly in contact with all of them that are coming, making sure that everything that they need is done and that we don't have any issues. But we've been on and off since probably June, July, starting to organize. And actually, we're already putting foundation down for next year's. The tickets are in advance, $15 or $20 at the door for both days. That's for Saturday and Sunday, April 30th and May 1st, 2016 at the Cowan Civic Center. Single day passes for Saturday are $10 in advance, Sunday are $8 in advance, and they'll go up $5 day of. The con is 2 days. It's both Saturday, April 30th and May 1st, which is a Sunday, and Basically, we'll have a little bit of everything going on both days. The hours are 9 a.m. Saturday to 6 p.m. Sunday. 9 a.m. Saturday to 6 p.m. Saturday, and then Sunday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. We have anywhere between 12 to 14 guests. Some of the guests include Mark Dodson, who is the voice of the Gremlins. He was also the voice of Salacious Crumb from Return of the Jedi. We have Felix Sela, who was the original Cousin It. He was also Tweaky in Buck Rogers and the hang gliding Ewok in Return of the Jedi. Well, I've got a couple of different. I like John Lucas, who's one of our artists. He's a Deadpool comic book artist. He did a lot of the inking and coloring for Deadpool. Actor-wise, I'm kind of torn between Felix and Mark. Mark's a really great guy. I've met him a couple of times. Felix I haven't actually met other than talking with him, organizing this. But between those two, I'm a huge Ewok fan. So those are what I'm looking forward to. Plus Hacksaw Jim Dugan, because I'm a huge wrestling fan.
Look, my eyes, starting to help. Quickly up.
Speedos, baseball. Speedos.
Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, and a baseball bat. Peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, peanut butter jelly, and a baseball bat.
Have you went to a baseball game?
No.
Well, here's highlights of some games.
Cool. So they wanted me to do a weather segment. Here's a weather segment. We filmed this on Monday. It's really rainy, kind of gloomy. So that's your weather. It's really rainy. Just rain, 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 go away. Come again some other day. But it's not going to come away. And you're welcome, weather. You're Did I nail it? So that's it on the Hive. I'm Brooklyn.
I'm Cassidy.
And we're signing off.
Are you going to do a weather one this time?